Hi guys, welcome back to my video. No, Tiffany, what? Welcome back to my channel. There you are. My name is Tiffany, but you can call me Tiff. Today I'm sharing the third part, the finale of my medical story, my medical condition story, if you will. So when we finished last time, I had just told you that my doctor had pulled me and my parents into a room and basically said, yeah, there is something wrong with you. You're sick, honey. So he told me and my family that this illness was called Hereditary Angioedema. Yeah, that was our faces too. Say what? Come again? What? Hereditary angioedema, which hereditary obviously speaks for itself. It means it's passed down through genetics, and angioedema actually means swelling. So genetic swelling, I guess. So what then needed to happen is, because I have siblings, but also my parents, they all had to be tested too, to make sure that none of them had it, because obviously it's in the name, hereditary. Every single one of them, not one of them had it. Not one of them had it. So yeah, not one of them had this hereditary angioedema. So it's like, really? Hereditary? What? And then the doctor said, well, actually, it could just be a new mutation in your body. So like my body trying to self-sabotage me. So yeah, thanks, hun. Anyway, the doctor explained, like, hereditary angioedema is an immune deficiency, basically. Like I'm missing something in my blood. It's some sort of protein that I'm missing in my blood. And if, like, when you hit yourself, like let's say you was to, I don't know, hit your arm on a wall and it would hurt, your brain will tell like your body, okay, swell a little bit to protect it, like it needs protection. But because I don't have a certain protein in my blood, my body doesn't know when to stop swelling. So it will just swell and swell and swell and swell and swell and swell and swell, to the point where it's like you cannot swell anymore. If you do, you will pop. So yeah, hereditary angioedema, an immune deficiency. He told me that I'd have to be under his care or another doctor's care, like a specialist essentially, for the rest of my life, and I'd have to take medication for the rest of my life. And if I had a really bad flare-up, I would actually have to go to A&E with special medication and ask them to put it into my body intravenously, because you can't do it yourself. So yeah, with all of that news, I'm sure, as you can imagine, we were all just like dumbfounded, like, what is going on? So after that, I started taking medication called tranexamic acid, which some of you may be aware of, because it's actually used to help with like heavy bleeding, so heavy periods, and I'm sure it helps with like period pains as well. Like it helps like not make them so bad. Yeah, so I had to take that. I have to take 2 tablets 3 times a day for those, and I have to carry medication with me at all time, because one of the funnest things about hereditary angioedema, guys, is although it makes your body swell, like, you know, your hands, your feet, your knees, your elbows, your mini, like, guys, it doesn't give any fucks, okay? It will just attack anywhere. It also goes for your throat. So if it goes to your throat and you're not near a hospital and you don't have your medication, it's game over for you. Like literally, like I'm not even trying to, you know, over exaggerate. It's literally game over. And my throat has actually swelled up before, and I have nearly died. But that's a story for another time, because like, this is just all about how we found out. So I'll show you the medication that I have to take. Well, like, I'll show you the injections. And then recently, about 5 years ago, there's self-injections now. So if I have an attack or I have, they call it a flare-up. If I have a flare-up, I can just self-inject. But it only has a tiny bit of C1 esterase, which is, sorry guys, it's going to get really confusing. So to combat the protein that I'm missing, I have to be given something called C1 esterase inhibitor. And from what I can understand, this C1 inhibitor is a sort of blood plasma, or like plasma that's kind of extracted from blood. And that plasma holds the protein that I'm missing. So every time I have a flare up, I have to either self-inject with an injection that holds some of this plasma, or if it's really bad, I have to get to A&E with another injection that they have to mix up and draw up and give it to me. And honestly guys, within like half an hour to an hour, I'm back to normal. Okay, so I just realised that I didn't actually show you what my medication is. So I've just jumped back on to show you. The makeup looks a bit questionable now because it's been a few hours. But yeah, let me just quickly show you the medication because I said that I would in the video. So the first thing is this stuff, and this is the stuff that I need to take to hospital with me, and it's what the doctors like mix up and give to me. I'm not going to open it just in case. Well, I guess I could. No, I'm not going to open it just in case things fall out. But yeah, there's like a syringe in here, my 2 vials of medication that they mix up and they give it to me through drip. And then this is my self injection. So the injection comes in a packet like this, and you just peel it back. And then, I don't know if you can see, but you actually have to connect the needle to the liquid. And then you have to do that thing, like, you know, when you flick it and then push the thing up to get some of the liquid out. It's quite cool actually. I do feel like a doctor sometimes. And then I have to grab my tummy and stick it in my tummy. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the medication in case you was wondering. My face is swollen up, my feet, my hands, my elbows, like this part of my hand, my wrist, anything, anything goes, it doesn't care. So yeah, that's it. I mean, the condition is like extremely rare. This is one thing that I forgot to mention, sorry, that the consultant said, or my specialist said. So it affects 1 in 50,000 people, so it's extremely rare. And because it's extremely rare, the medication for it is very expensive. So you're only allowed a certain amount of injections at a time because they don't want them to expire, because then they're just throwing money down the drain basically. So yeah, that's it. I have hereditary angioedema. It can be very, very painful, especially my tummy. Like when my stomach goes, I literally cannot do anything. And if it gets to the point where it's like really bad, I need to get to the hospital ASAP. There's been times where I've had to call my boyfriend to come and pick me up to take me to the hospital. Also, it's just not nice, you know, like when you go to work and your hands swollen, and like you're thinking everyone's looking at me. Most of the time they don't even notice, but I'm just like so self-conscious of it. Or like even today, like my right foot is swelled a little bit and it's really painful, and it's just like I've got to take the dog for a walk, but I'm going to be limping around because of this condition, and I don't want to inject because if I inject then I'm going to be wasting the injection. Do you know, it's going to sound so stupid, but it's like I'd rather hold on to the self-injections in case my stomach flares up, because that's when I really need it. Because if my stomach goes and I don't have any self-injections and I need to go to the hospital and I need to wait like hours and hours and hours and be in there. Like there's been times, guys, where I've been in hospital, like genuinely no lie, for a week. Like there was one time that I was in hospital for a week and they overdosed me. Yeah, overdosed me on morphine. So then they had to put me on oxygen because my oxygen levels dropped dramatically. Guys, I'm telling you, I've been around the ringer, okay? If anyone else out there has hereditary angioedema, hereditary angioedema, girl or boy, hit me up. I would love to talk to someone else that has this condition because I've never spoke to anyone that has this condition before, and it would just be nice to know about other people's conditions, because I think there's different like severities of it. Like there's some people there is some people that are affected every single day of their life. Like they swell up every single day, they can't walk, they can't move, they can't eat properly. I'm very fortunate. I feel like I'm not that bad. Like I will say, around, you know, the time of the month, I swell up loads. Like it's always around that time of the month, and that is because hormones play a big part in it as well, which no idea. Like I can't take the mini pill that has estrogen in it. I cannot take that. Like he literally told me off one time, my consultant, because I actually took it because I'm just an idiot, and I didn't follow advice, you know, advice that could save my life. Anyway, I went on the pill, the mini pill, and I started swelling up loads, and I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Oh, why am I swelling up so much? Anyway, I went for my 6-month checkup because I have to see him every 6 months, and I told him, when I tell you that he lost his shit with me, I've never seen him so angry. I was like, oh my god, like he's really angry. He basically told me that I was stupid and that I could have put myself in the ICU. So yeah, after that he was like, you're coming off of that pill right now. If you need to go on contraception, you can take the progesterone only pill. You don't have to take that one. Yeah, so he wasn't very impressed with me that day. I'll happily admit, guys, I was stupid when I was younger, but I have become a bit more sensible as I've gotten older, and I understand that I need to take care of myself and my health, and health is wealth and all that malarkey. Yeah, there probably is so much more that I want to tell you guys, but it's just like everyday thing, you know. I could talk for hours and hours and hours and tell you about my foot that swelled today, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to keep you here for that many hours. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time series thing. I've got so many other story times. I knocked my tooth out when I was 12. So I've got a false tooth at the front, which I'd love to tell you about. That was crazy. That was an experience and a half. I also broke my finger because I jumped off of a step ladder onto a blow-up bed and ended up landing on a radiator and broke my hand or my finger, and I had to have surgery to correct it. That's another one. I could also tell you or give you a story time about when my throat closed up and I nearly died. Oh, guys, I've got so many. I've got so many, and I've got so many. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this. Thank you. I shall let you go now, and I will see you in the next video. Remember to look after your bodies, look after your immune system, because mine doesn't work properly, so I'm very jealous if yours does. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go now, let you get on with your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.